I just finished watching the game. That was ridiculously tense. I've kind of calmed down now. I had to watch it on delay because I was flying back from Stockholm. So I watched it delayed but without knowing the result, and it was very tense. I think what those 9 minutes. I think what made that finish so awful in terms of tension was the fact that we were so much better that whole game, and we deserved a lot more. I think we deserved to be more comfortable. I'm currently on SofaScore. You can see the momentum bar. We were much more dominant, and just at the end, it's that kind of moment where you're just holding on to what you've got. I mean, I was screaming at what we were doing at the end. Like there's a time when like Stina got it. We had loads of players going forward, and she just like mucked it up, or like I was screaming why we weren't going to the corner. Like that was really stressing me out. Like I don't know why we didn't just take it to the corner at the end of that match. Um, anyway, sorry, I've just kind of jumped in. I'm a bit adrenaline running from that a bit, but yeah, really good performance overall. If I just take a step back, so we just beaten Denmark. I mean, yeah, overriding emotion is relief that we've gotten through that game. We've gotten the result we needed. I was really worried it was just going to be one of those days. After that first half, I was like, damn, I was. It was really stressing me out. But like, I'll just look at the starting 11 first. Just because there was one shock. This was what I was expecting, but I saw the rumor in the morning that Sembrant was starting, and that I really did not expect that, considering Magda always starts all of our games, all of our big games, and she wasn't injured. I haven't read anything in the press conference, so maybe something's come out afterwards the game. But that was surprising to me. But Sembrant came in, did well. I've said this before. She's had to play a lot the past few years, even at her age, like more than because Bjorn's been out injured, Ilished's been out. But for her to, it's always been still with Ericsson. So for her to be in place of Ericsson did surprise me. But fair play, she had a good game. Um, but I just wanted to talk overall on like the momentum. Um, I thought we played really well. I thought we really dominated it. I would say that Denmark kind of played how I expected because I was surprised about how much. I was surprised about how naive they were against us when they lost 6-1, and I think um, they really did change their tactics to. They pumped it long a lot more. They didn't mess around with it, and they were a lot more comfortable in playing a low block and trying to make us break them down. And I think that was clever from them because that's where we can struggle. I think we are better when teams try and play out and we press them high and we win the ball and there's loads of spaces for Canarid and Angeldal and Asllani to play those passes. So I think it was a I think they nullified us well really in that first half, even though we still had chances and we could have been ahead. But um, they really contained us well. Some really good pieces of defending. Um, I was happy that we came out and we kept going in that second half. We got the goal. Angeldal really good. She's I've spoken about how she is probably our most important player. I haven't maybe really yapped on about it, but she is so so deadly with how she arrives in the box. She's really smart with her kind of runs for those goals. She's scoring a lot of goals for us recently. I should check the stats, but it was against Denmark. I'm thinking Italy, Wales. In the Nations League, she scored a lot in all those games. Not, I'm remembering the goals, and she and again just her technical kind of the way she knows when to pull out and help and build up or where to go higher up. She's really pivotal to the way we build up. Um, so I'm really happy for her that she got that goal. Yeah, in these areas, but then also these areas to help build up originally, but then also these areas right on the edge of the box, really really important. Really nice game from Angeldal. Um, but yeah, she got the goal, and I think it was annoying that maybe you can see here this period, maybe the 60th, where we didn't kill it off. There was that was chance with Stina in the corner. Um, she had the ball, and it was looked like it was an open net. It was a brilliant clearance, to be fair, to Denmark. A shame because I think that would have made it a lot less tense. That would have made the finish. I mean, I was really not in a good state those final 10 minutes, and then the added on nine. as I alluded to at the start. But and then there was also Yanogi just before she went off, really good header. Really unlucky because it was a really nice diving header, but just past the post. I feel like there was a few other near misses if I look at the stats. Yeah, 19 shots, um, more possession, and they obviously. I think it's obviously annoying, but it's kind of just what happens. It's what happens at the end of the game where we kind of just had to sit back. I was more annoyed, not necessarily that we were doing that and they had the ball, like that's okay. I understand that's happens. That's how you got to defend a game. But I was more annoyed that we Sweden didn't we we didn't we didn't when we got the ball we didn't manage it correctly. Like our players, like there was just so many times when like it was Blackstenius and then she tried to run and have a shot and it was just like there's so much room just to run to the corner and hold it. That just stressed me out a bit. But I also like the confidence that they want to get more goals. But I just felt like in that at least that added on 9 minutes, like that's when you that's when you be a bit more serious. Um, Player performances, Zigosio Ome again, uh, really good. A 6 out of 12 ground duels won. You know, really, really impressive. I've said this millions of times. It was actually nice checking. I just checked after the game. The amount of people that like on Instagram comments that are talking about how good she played because she was really good. I don't think she was actually as good as she actually was when we beat them 6-1 because as you can see, she did some duels she didn't win, and there was a few times when she just missed it and then they're through. But I think that's what makes her so important because most of the time she can just when Denmark are trying to counter and she's in that holding midfielder and she can just sweep up and get the ball. And obviously, if she doesn't get it, then there's a problem, and that's where they have a counter. But I think that she was. I'm liking. I've been on. I've been banging her drum for a while now, so it's nice that she. It's nice that I think she's getting a bit more credit that she deserves. You know, Benison's a good player, but I think Zicote is a level above in the defensive aspect, and she needs to be in the team for that reason. Um, Bjorn, really good game as well. Um, in terms of again, when we're pressing and everyone's pressing, we started off really well with the pressing. I think that kind of drifted out the game. It was a hot day, understandable, but kind of when they're trying to build up and then they get it into one of the strikers' feet, maybe harder, and Bjorn's just right there pressing, really aggressive. That was really nice because we know she's a really good player. She's really good on the ball, intelligent player. But it was nice to see that kind of aggression. She could win it back with how quick she was on to the opposition. I thought was really impressive from Bjorn. And solid from a lot of other players. I think Yanogi's will always be a talking point for me while Rolf was not in the team. As you can see from her heat map, she popped up in loads of different areas. I thought she was really neat and tidy again. I think she's got a really kind of like delicate left foot where she can kind of nimble her way through and then just like do a little chip cross in. And I think she is. No, she's not scoring loads of goals, but I think she's proving a goal threat. You know, she's proving maybe a bigger goal threat than I give her credit for. She's a goal threat for Fiorentina, but I feel like maybe she's proving more to me in these past few games. The past 2 games she's had to start in. I've been impressed with her. You know, and again, work rate is something you know you will get from her. Tracking back. I mean, you know you'll get that from every player in this team pretty much, but she really um, was she a mate? Was she is she world class? Is she like that elite level? Maybe not, but I think she has a lot to still offer this team. Um, Talking about world class, Canarid was really dangerous. Did they? Did Denmark kind of deal with her better as the game went on? 100%. But at the start, she was really running riot, and just it's just classic Canarid. You know, she can get the ball, she can go either way. Maybe sometimes she's a bit predictable, but then again, she can come inside, she can go out, and I feel like defenders still can struggle to deal with her. And again, it's those combinations with Eslani. Eslani really good again. There was a lovely bit when Eslani was like running down the left touch line. She skipped away from like 3 players and then won a corner. Some really nice moments. Maybe she wasn't fully in it at the start, again, it's look at a heat map. This area, you see when she's taking all the corners as well, but this area where she can combine with those kind of triangles. I think what I did want to mention, that brings me on to another point. I think that we are such a good team with our. I've watched some teams this tournament now, and I'm thinking about like Norway, Switzerland. Okay, an exciting game, kind of because of like the penalties and stuff. But like, I don't think those teams are, especially like Norway. You look at Norway, they're just not a team. Like this Sweden team is a really good team. You can tell they're really well coached. Um, okay, I also did watch Spain. I think Spain, of the games I've watched so far in this tournament, Spain definitely look the strongest. But I think we look much better than the other games. I'm thinking like Belgium, Italy. I didn't actually watch Iceland, Finland, but I didn't hear great reviews at that one. So I think we've got some really good players, but I think what's so important is the team, the kind of the spirit in the team. You can tell is so high, but also just the patterns of play you can see with the team. You can see how well this team is coached, and that's credit to Gerhardsen and his staff. That that I feel like I think maybe some people underrate that aspect about the Sweden side. There's something extra there. Um, who was else that I wanted? Hannah Lundqvist, I thought had another good game. I was actually slightly surprised they brought on Holmberg when we were 1-0. I think she came on to try and push and kind of kill off the game. Like, I appreciate that from Gerhardsen, but I did then. There was a moment just later on when it bounced over her head quite late on, I think after the 80th minute, because Jakobsen was on, and she just lost the flight. But she got back, made the block, but I can't. It was a bit nerve wracking, but she's obviously a quality player. I'm just not 100% sure on that substitution. Blomqvist didn't really have the impact. Again, it seems like Hertie is not. She's not come on at all in the 10. I mean, in the left wing spot this year. Um, Jakobsen comes on, does a solid job. So yeah, I think I've said pretty much most of what I've wanted to say. Um, I think we played really well. I think we should have won by more, but it was exciting game, and then it just turns like I could just tell as that game went on. It was like, please do not throw this away. So I take the victory all day long. Really nice to beat them again. I think it was hard. Kind of the extra desire they would have had considering they lost 6-1, and we know they're much better than a 6-1 defeat Denmark. So it was it was I think it was a tough game, and it proved that. But also, I think our quality shone through, and I think we could have won it by more. I think we really could have. But yeah, definitely my man of the match would be, or player of the match, I should say. Sorry, would be Angeldal. Just so good, and I think maybe she's going to get more plaudits from outside the team this tournament. Because she's so good. Um, it's just like her passing. It's just as simple as that. Like the combination. I say those words a lot, but the combination of the technical aspects, the triangles with Canarid and Lundqvist getting up and down, um, really really good performance. So, but yeah, really proud of the team, and I will look forward to the next game, and I will be doing more content. So I hope you enjoy.